Alright, so I'm on my break at work. Figured I'd post a little 10-15 minute video. One thing that's been on my mind lately a lot is love. Now, the word gets thrown around every day, but do we really understand what it means? A lot of you guys are probably thinking, okay, I love my mom, I love pizza, I love whatever. But the main thing when it comes to love is understanding what it is, for one, and two, how it's used. Now, when it comes to parental figures, siblings, family, I believe that is love. But we attach love to materialistic items all the time. Man, I love these jeans. Love them. I love smoking weed. I love whatever the case may be. But when it comes to materialistic things, a lot of the time, there's conditions with it. And although that can be love, it's not unconditional. When you talk about unconditional love, now you're stepping into a whole new bracket. Because to truly love something is to accept it for how it is. You don't try to change it. You can love something and love the things that it does for you, but to truly love something is unconditional. Now I'm going to speak on persons, because that is where unconditional love comes into its main play. The purest form of unconditional love outside of persons would be the Most High, the Creator, God, Allah, whatever you want to call it. But unconditional means exactly what it says. No conditions. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be a certain way. You don't have to give me anything but exactly what you are. So I think a lot of people get that misconstrued, because when love gets involved, a lot of people try to manipulate people with love. Okay, if you love me, you would do this. If you love me, you would do that. No. If somebody truly loves you, you don't have to change them. They would change themselves for you. Now, and it's taken me a long time to really get to this point, because on any spiritual journey, to connect with your spirit, the Most High, the Creator, whatever, you have to understand love. And I suggest a very good book about love is The Mastery of Love by Miguel Ruiz. He also wrote The Four Agreements, The Voice of Knowledge, The Fifth Agreement. He's got a few books. I suggest them all. But upon reading The Mastery of Love and The Voice of Knowledge, that sort of broadened my horizons on what love is, because he put it into the bracket of unconditional. And just recently, I think I've opened my eyes up completely to love. See, I seen a video, and I have my own relationships, whatever, but the man in the video talked about how God is love. Everything is God. We're going to start, I'm going to say that too as a side note. That'll be a video for later. But everything is God. Collective consciousness is the Great Spirit, as I like to call it, or God. But when he really broke it down, specifically between the union of two men, I don't know why I said that. Specifically the union of a man and woman, or two men or two women, because love knows no bounds. You introduce in marriage not just a union between yourselves, but a union with God. And when you talk about love and God being the same thing, it sort of makes sense, because God loves you unconditionally and God is everything. See, we have this just like right now, I don't know if you can see, we have this fog over our minds that is our ego. We've been raised a certain way, in a certain culture, we speak a certain language, we get morals and values instilled upon us when we grow up, and that becomes who you are. It's not who you are. Who you are at the base root is soul and spirit. The body has created the ego in order to separate itself from everything else. I'm Michael. I'm 33 years old. I'm a Leo. I work at Groskin. This is the grass. That's the tree. That's snow. This is the fog. That's a telephone pole. That's a light pole. That's a truck. That's a building. These are all one thing. Collectively, they make up the whole, like a puzzle. The puzzle is not complete without every single piece. I say that to say our ego has separated ourselves from the Creator by instilling in our mind that we're separate from everything. In actuality, we're not. We're all made up of the same things. The same elements, the same chemicals, the same base spirit at the center of everything. And that is love. That is God. So when you break through the fog, I didn't plan to do that with the fog either, but when you break through the fog in the mind and you deconstruct your ego and you really get to the base root of what everything is, you start to not filter out and see people for being Hispanic or black or white, because they're love and they're God. They're a piece of God. They are you. You are them. You're all one. So what Bob Marley was talking about when he was talking about one love, everything is interconnected. No matter which way, shape, or form you decide to look at it, everything is interconnected. So I want you guys to think about that. Whoever sees this video, think about how you love somebody. Think about how you treat them. Think about the things that you do for them. Do you do certain things to get things? Or do you do certain things because it makes you happy? And that's the difference between regular baseline materialistic love and unconditional love. Because if you truly love somebody unconditionally, you don't have to do anything or have them do anything for you with any expectations. You just do it just because it makes you feel good and it makes them feel good. That's it. There doesn't need to be any explanation behind it. There doesn't need to be any, well, why do you love me? I don't need a reason. I just need to do. We don't need a reason for existence. You can find reasons in this reality to exist, but there's really no reason behind it besides love. So I want you guys to really think about that. Like, take this in and really do some deep soul searching and think about the ones you love, your connection with the Most High, the Creator, if you believe in that. And really ask yourself, do I love this person unconditionally, or do I love them conditionally? Do I love myself unconditionally, or do I only love certain things about me? And I wanted to put this video out there and talk about this because, like I said, at the center of everything is God, and God is love. So the moment you understand that everything around you, everything is all a part of the world, you start to see the world a little bit different. Your eyes start to open up and not separate yourself from everything. And when you start to do that, you start to open yourself up. You start to really Stop making things so difficult. We do that a lot as humans. We make things overly complicated, and it's all just really simple. So really think about that for a second. Think about the people, your pets, whatever it is. Think about how you love them, and do you truly love them? Because when you get to the point where you meet somebody and you love them unconditionally, it doesn't matter what shape they are, what color they are, what they do. When you really have that soul connection with somebody, you really love somebody. You stop making it difficult, and you just be. So I'm gonna end on that. Go back into work. I had a 10-minute break. This video's 11 minutes. But start loving yourself, y'all. Take the time to sit down and find the things that you love about yourself. If you're a good writer, love that. If you're a careful person and you genuinely care about other people, or whatever the case may be, sit down and focus on that for a second. And then when you're done with that, sit down and focus on the things that you might not love about yourself. And if you don't, then work on it. Change happens gradually. It doesn't happen instantly. So it might take some time, but the first step is to just evaluate yourself and find out what you do and do not love. I'm not going to say like, because at the end of the day, do that. Just take a second. Just take 10, 15, 20 minutes out of your day and sit down and be like, okay, what do I love and what don't I love? Things that I don't love, what can I do in order to love them, or to try to, if it's really a negative habit or whatever, to get out of that and to focus more on self. And understand this: whether you believe in a higher power or God or whatever or not, He loves you. If He didn't, He wouldn't give you the life that you have. If He didn't, He wouldn't put the people in your life that you do have. So the proof that your existence, your family, your friends, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, that they love you and they care about you and they really wish for your well-being and try to better you, value that. Because it's rare today in this world. Like I said, we've made things so difficult. But sit down and think about love. And when you do love, don't do it conditionally. Don't do it to try to get something. Don't use love to manipulate people. Do it just because it makes you feel good. Do it because it's the right thing to do. Do it because love is love. Aho matakyo yasan, wakantangkong samari.